There's just this small percentage of things that really have gotten my goat, and it's over the years.
You have a goat?
I knew you were going to say that. It's really, really low-hanging fruit of a joke. Richard Horvitz, everyone! He apparently had to leave. Okay, gotcha. Oh, sorry. Oh, we have Alex. I was calling you.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Richard.
Oh, no.
Richard Horvitz, everyone!
Oh, my God.
looking mysteriously like the voice of Fizzaroli, Sir Penches, and Adam Alex Brightman. Whose first time ever in Canada? Am I correct? Alex, has Canada been welcoming to you? It's been amazing. I love Canada. I don't love the microphones. Here you are. Thank you. It's not Canada's fault. Love Canada. Hello, Canada. Hello, Canada. We are most appreciative of how you've absolutely revolutionized gravy and French fries. Thank you so much for that. Big shout out to.
Has America not figured out poutine? It's insane.
It literally feels like an us thing. It feels like an us
What
thing.
is wrong with
We
us?
would do that. Americans would put gravy on fried potatoes.
It's amazing.
It's
And you know what?
obvious.
But we'd somehow.
And we do.
I expected it to be mushier, and it was so crispy and decadent. And you just did it better. You all did it better.
You guys are so much more than that. I hope you know that, though, too.
Yeah.
But we think so much more of you than just your fried food.
I don't.
Please let us stay.
Just kidding.
Please let us stay here.
Yes. Okay, so we have a lot of people coming up to the booth and asking us how we get into voice acting. A lot of people who come to the booth and ask us how we get into voice acting. We remind a lot that none of us started in voice acting, and for a lot of us, this is our first foray into voice acting. So this being another art form in acting, I'm wondering for each of you, now that you've played on stage, on camera, in voice acting, is there something within the realm of performance you have not had the opportunity to explore and do yet?
I have my answer, so I'll go first. I think the Theater Olympics is like the one-person show, and I have a problem with it because it's so solipsistic. Like, I'm gonna play all the parts, but it's also such a challenge. So I'd like to figure out a way to do a one-person show.
Who would see the Bryce Pinkham one-man show?
See, solipsism.
Nobody? Okay. Tickets,
not one person.
Tickets sold.
Wait, Bryce, would you do something as yourself or find a story that
Well, this is it. You have to pick, right?
It'd be the vagina monologues.
Yeah, you either put yourself completely out there and have it suck, or you choose a bad story and have it suck, or it goes really well, which I'm working on that version for everyone.
There's an option C here, which is good. Well, to sort of piggyback off your question, which is, I guess, because we do get asked, how do you become a voice actor? You're right. The advice we always give is just get into any type of acting, public speaking class, even if it's just your local theater or the drama class at your school, because none of us really ended up here because we were studying voice acting. We were actors who wound up as part of the Hellaverse because Viv saw us in something or heard our voice on a cast album or was looking to find a voice like yours and you had played that role in Annie at the Hollywood Bowl. So it's one of those things where you can be a voice actor, but just be an actor first. And I honestly think that those opportunities are sometimes easier to find in terms of training. So that's my advice. And then the thing that I would want to do, oh God.
And this could also be genres you haven't explored, maybe.
I'm well, I've said this to Viv about Charlie, but I mean, in anything, I'm I just want to be a edgy goth girl because I just never get to play those things. Because I have the face and personality of a golden retriever.
Join us.
I know.
Okay,
this is
I definitely want to give Erica a goth makeover now for a con.
I want it.
Yeah.
This is why I always say when people are who do you want to have a Charlie scene with? I say Luna because I'm I just want Luna to I want that energy to inhabit.
I think you can do it.
We need to have for a con
Erica Henningsen, Goth Girl Makeover Photo Ops.
That would be fun.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So down. I'm
Okay.
so down. You can raid my closet.
Done. Okay, that's what I want to do. Genre.
Blake,
It's not a town
Yeah.
hall. We're having a talk here. Thank you.
Blake, what have you not gotten to explore as a performer yet that you are dying to?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing for me right now is music. Is being able to, like, because I've made my own music for a while. I put that shit out on SoundCloud. I've performed at, like, coffee shops and stuff. But I really, this year and next year is going to be the first, like, time that I actually have music out on Spotify and Apple Music. And I'm really excited for that because it's been a way that I have, in like a similar way to like journaling, you know, like it's been a way that I've processed things and a medium that has helped me out a lot in my life that I just haven't shared on a wide scale. And now, you know, there was a time when I was excited when 2 people listened to like my music, but now has totally changed that for me. And like the original stuff that I put out is getting a lot more visibility with you guys. And so it's making me very excited. So I'm going to have some more of that out. And that's like my area that I haven't explored yet.
For those who don't know, where can they find your music currently?
SoundCloud. So
SoundCloud.
all of
Hell
that
yes.
is like a couple of years old, you know. SoundCloud. But if you, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, keep an eye out for it. That is something I'm really
Nice.
excited for.
Okay, Amir, what would you like to explore?
I would love to do something that like takes place in a completely different world. Like everything I do tends to be fairly like I'm the weird guy in a normal world, like the prick or asshole in a normal world. I would love to do something like Star Wars or Star Trek that's like a completely different like reality and that stuff is harder than it looks, right? To like sort of buy in all the way to that stuff. And yeah, like Star Wars is just like a
Dune. I always think about them having to film
Dune,
those scenes
shit
in
like
Dune,
that.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Like, how did they do this? Because it's such a visually not. I'm sure that visual world couldn't have existed on set,
Right.
But they have to really buy into it to make us buy into
Well, a
it.
lot of it though was practical.
Dune, I
do you know
love
what I mean?
Dune.
And all that stuff is so cool and hard. Yeah, that's me.
A short answer, this is all real. I want to do a TED Talk on audience etiquette. It's something I've always wanted to do a TED Talk. I love TED Talks, and I think I have a lot to say about a lot of things. But the main thing right now that's grinding my gears, especially in theater and in movie theaters and in real people theater. What do you call it? Stage theater.
Yeah, the legit theater.
Legit theater. That's what I'm in. Is audience etiquette. I have a lot to say about it, and I think I could fix it. I think I could fix a lot of it. with a
Okay,
TED
well,
Talk.
we need a little preview. Can you tell this audience what is your biggest pet peeve?
Here's my biggest pet peeve. So when you're in an audience, and this is all it is. If you want to film a show that you're in a theater that you paid money for, remember that other people are next to you and have paid the same amount, if not more, and a little less, maybe a little more. You are not ruining the performance for just us on stage. You can see your dumb, stupid face filming it. You are ruining the performance for the 8 people around you who also see you doing it, who paid just as much as you did and want to have a really, really interesting and fun experience. Theater is meant to be seen live. It is how we intended it. Through a screen is fine. I am okay if people have watched bootlegs. I have no problem with that. But just know that if you're the person filming it, you are ruining the experience for people around you. That is not negotiable.
Do people do that?
A lot of people do that.
Wow.
And I've seen more and more of it, and I think this excuse of, well, I paid to be here, so I should be able to do whatever I want, is the most insane excuse
Yes.
I have ever heard about anything. It's like there are rules. You walk into a restaurant, you know what to do for the most part. You walk into a theater, it's as if your mind gets wiped, and you have no idea. Like, I should be able to get, I can't bring my own 6-pack? What do you mean? It's like, there are rules. Follow
I want to jerk off in my seat. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
It's my seat.
It's my seat.
I
Right,
can
exactly.
get whatever I want on it.
So that's like part 1 of a billion, but like it's just having done it for 15 years pretty nonstop. You get a real sense of what's going on. What's happening here? With my leg just out.
It's exciting.
Can't get it to go back down. No. It grinds my gears. There's things I love about audiences. For the most part, I love things about audiences. There's just this small percentage of things that really have gotten my goat, and it's over the years.
You have a goat?
I knew you were going to say that. It's really, really low-hanging fruit of a joke. Be better. Do better if you're going to comment. You know what I mean? But I do think it's like worth kind of checking with yourself about what if you were on stage and you saw a bunch of people's faces like this when they're trying to check a text message that's not important. And if it is important, you shouldn't be at the theater. You should be waiting for your phone call somewhere else. The end. Enjoy your lives in the moment.
All right,
I'm gonna check my phone quickly.
All right, that is the deep philosophical questions that I have for you all. So I'd love to ask some questions. Does anybody in the audience have a question? Your hand shot up first. You right there. Hello. This question is, was there a performance of ours that meant a lot to us that we really poured a lot of ourselves into, we want more people to know about? You all know about Hellaverse, obviously, so there might be other projects for everyone. I'm going to give a big shout out. I do a lot of projects with Brandon Rogers outside of
Heard of him?
And we did a show together last year called Class Acts. And that is one of my favorite things I've ever done on camera, because not just because of the story we got to tell, which I thought was both hilarious and very beautiful, but the way we did it was so amazingly like artistically indie guerrilla style. Like this is a gang of performers and artists coming together to make something very, very ambitious. And it turned out better than we could have possibly imagined. And the storyline I got to tell in there got to some emotional places that I never got to go to on camera. I've been wanting to perform a character like this forever and tell like a really beautiful, like emotional character arc. And the greater industry has not given me that chance yet, but Brandon did. And he gave me this story that I'm beyond proud of. So if you're a Hellaverse fan, I think you'll really love this show, Class Acts. It's free. It's on Brandon's YouTube channel. So please go watch Class Acts and tell your friends and spread the word about this. A lot of us on Hellaverse are on it.
For me, I think it would be a Broadway show called Harmony that I was in last year. Me and like five other guys who were in it. It's a whole show about these real guys who lived in like Germany in the 1930s and like were one of the first like international boy bands. And it's like giving barbershop like harmonies. Music's by Barry Manilow and Bruce Sussman. It's just one of the most musically gorgeous things I've ever worked on. And the production lasted about like 4 or 5 months and then closed on Broadway in February of last year. And we really, really just poured our hearts into it. So we have a Broadway cast recording, and I'm sure there's a slime tutorial out there somewhere. But yeah, definitely check that out. It's a beautiful show.
I mean, I doubt this exists anywhere, but I did a play in, I don't know, 6-7 years ago in a regional theater, and it's by a playwright named Brandon Jacobs Jenkins, and it's called An Octoroon, and it is a fantastic...
Cosign, read that play.
It's really fantastic. It's incredibly challenging. I actually didn't understand what the play was when I committed to it. I was just like, I like this writing and I trust this director, and I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna follow them where they want to take me. And I learned so much about it's really about sort of like race and the various masks that we wear. It's about sort of code switching and what we have to do to exist in American society as people of color, as white people. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about like, it was so incredible to work on that I was like, I need to stop doing stuff that feels stupid. I need to, like, it's okay for me because this meant so much to me. It's okay for me to focus more on stuff that means something to me. That I hold that in my heart. I don't know that anyone, I hope there's not a recording of us, but it's a fantastic, fantastic play that's worth seeing and worth reading.
I agree. Sometimes the best things we do are never like captured, and there's something beautiful about that. Going back to what Alex said about theater's meant to be enjoyed live. Mine is a musical that I did based on a movie from the late '80s, early '90s called Benny and June. I played a part that was a guy going through some mental difficulties, and his coping mechanism was silent films. And so he's obsessed with Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin. And in the show, I got to help invent a lot of the physical comedy in the show. And in college, I wrote a thesis about physical comedy because I was like, I wonder if I could do something like that someday. So it was a really full circle moment for me. And also, I was going through a really difficult time. I lost someone close to me. And I put a lot of that grief and energy into the making of the show. So it was just a very special moment. And then the second time that I did the show, I was on stage during tech. And I got the call that we were having our first child. So I left the theater in costume and went to meet my daughter for the first time, and then I came back to perform the show as a dad. So it's wrapped up in a very emotional life. I'm even choked up talking about it. But it's those things that you make them, you put so much into them, especially in the theater world, and then you just sort of send them off into the ether. And I like that. I like that. If you saw it, you saw it, and if it's out there, great. But we put everything into these little air balloons of air balloon baskets, and then sort of send them off into history. And there's something gorgeous and sad about that. So that's my answer.
And finally, Erica.
Mine isn't a project. It's more like a thing that came about because of a project. The stage door line at Mean Girls was always really incredible. And it was so many people there every night. And there were moments that were chaotic, but I remember walking it night after night and thinking there has to be a way to harness this energy. All these people are standing here. There's got to be something we can do with this. And the thing that it's not really a project, it's not a track you can find, but it's a thing that I am trying to actively do because it meant so much to me while working on that show, was when people come to live theater, giving them initiative. If they do come stage door afterwards, that is beneficial to society. We did book drives at the stage door. So 13-year-old girls would bring 25 books to the stage door. So while you're signing their playbill, they're also donating something. And we would register people to vote at the stage door. And then we formed a first-time voters club in association with Mean Girls. And it was just that to me is, if you're going to have all these people show up and watch your show, and then we're also going to go out and meet you, is there a way to harness that good, positive vibe for something beyond those 10 blocks in New York City? And so that was just something that I'm there's nothing you can do to watch that or support that. I just hope that if you do see me in a Broadway show and you see me doing one of those initiatives at the stage door, you partake in it the next time I'm in something.
All right. I think that's all the time we have, everyone. Thank you all so much for coming to the
We love you, Canada.
Thank you,
A lot.
Canada.
Cass and
A lot.
Hellaverse,
Thank you for having
everyone.
us.